Velika mi je čast i zadovoljstvo da vam predstavim našu današnju gošću. Ona je učiteljica Ashtanga joge, dolazi nam iz Stokholma, vodi radionice širom sveta i uvek su sve pune, što je bio slučaj i u Beogradu. To je i povod njenog dolaska i drago mi je da je ovog jutra sa nama.
And then I'm going to step, and my hips are always going to stay higher than the shoulders. And then step. Then from here, I'm going to give weight to the arms to come through, and then lower and come down.
Kako biste nam ukratko objasnili šta je Ashtanga yoga?
It is very hard to describe in a short answer because we have Ashtanga yoga, the method of practice, and we also have Ashtanga yoga, the 8 limbs. And the method of practice that we do is still very much connected to the Ashtanga yoga 8 limbs, which is directly extracted from the Yoga Sutras, which is one of the main texts on yoga. So in the 8 limbs of Ashtanga yoga, we have yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. And these are the steps toward enlightenment or self-realization. And in the Ashtanga yoga method of practice, it's an asana practice, which is the 3rd limb. And so we're going really deep into this 3rd limb with also the foundation of the first 2, which are known as yama and niyama.
Šta znači svaki od 8 nivoa Ashtanga joge?
Yama is known, sometimes it's known as ethical codes or practices. Niyama are known as self-purification practices. The yama has to do more with our relationship with the outer world to maintain peace and mindfulness. Niyama has to do with our relationship with ourself to alleviate suffering. The 3rd limb is asana, which we practice the postures. One of the direct definitions of asana is really a calm and comfortable seat, which isn't always easy. So all these asanas that we learn, we try to cultivate a calm and comfortable seat within a variety of asanas that we learn. Then we have pranayama, which is known as the extension of prana or breathing. The sense of extending the breath, extending the prana, being more focused on the breath. Pratyahara is known as sense withdrawal, where we learn to be more internally connected while also having external relationships. Pratyahara, you can go much deeper to that, but I'm just giving you like the tip of the iceberg. Then we have dharana, which is known as concentration, the sense of becoming more concentrated, less distracted. Then we have dhyana, which is known as meditation. In a sense, dhyana is a deeper, more integrated concentration, the sense of meditation. Meditation is really, there's the meditation practice, but also this sense of meditation really has to do with being purely present in the moment. We can be in a state of meditation, not only doing a seated meditation practice, but within all activities that we do. And then samadhi, the last limb, has to do with this sense of being one-pointed, being connected toward the sense of oneness. Some people deem it as enlightenment, self-realization. I mean, again, we could talk about samadhi for many hours. I've seen 2 things in the Ashtanga practice. Some people just become a bit insensitive because they just want to do. Like they just want to do, no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's breaking their shoulder or their back, I'm just going to do it. Or let's see what the body's telling me. It doesn't mean that we can be lazy and not do anything, but let's see what's appropriate for today. And let's get, that's where the creativity can come into play.
Koji je vaš lični cilj jogičke prakse?
You know, the personal goal is to really understand who I am on the essential level, on the deepest level possible. And that might seem like a strange thing to some, but when you start to delve into yoga, you start to understand what that is, and that it takes a while to undo some of the conditioning. It takes a while to really tame and calm the mind. That's why we do a practice. I think my personal goal is really to see it through, you know, to really be dedicated to following through with this process of understanding who I am. I think on the essential level, that's really a sense of having a deep connection, a deep sense of sustaining well, peace, and fulfillment. I feel like I'm slowly getting there. It still can be quite challenging, though, to really have this deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. But through different choices that I've made, I feel like I'm stepping at least in that direction.
This is very tense. Okay, not a lot of energy can flow through tension. So if you touch my arm, you would feel that tension. Okay. Here, active, but still relaxed. You can feel it. If you feel my arm, you can feel that. But very active. Okay? So if you ever study people of a very high level, like even people that are like Olympic trained athletes, you'll notice that their muscles are working very actively, but it can never happen through tension. Right? That's when things start to go wrong, is when even as someone's highly trained, some days they might be a little bit more tense than others. A lot of things tend to go wrong when there's a lot of tension there. So learning to train yourself, even that's why sometimes I might even tap someone on the shoulders a little bit in some standing positions or even in Paschimottanasana, because sometimes we don't even realize we have tension in certain areas. Okay? So these are things to be aware of in your practice, especially those positions that we hold for 5 breaths. Do a little bit of a body scan and see where tension is being held in your body and try to release that.
U smislu jedinstva našeg tela i uma, pomenuli ste na radionici da mi volimo da budemo u realnosti. Na koji način praktikovanje joge utiče na naš um?
The yoga practice gives us a landscape to observe the mind, but also to calm the mind and to tame the mind. So this sense of what I said in the workshop, where we learn to, in a way, accept or embrace reality. At first, it doesn't always seem so easy, but where we tend to struggle the most in life is we don't accept reality for what it is. We wish it were something different. That's even can be very telling in some challenging situations where something happens that we don't want to happen. A lot of times why we experience more pain is we don't accept what has happened in the moment. It can be very freeing. It doesn't mean that we won't experience pain. Like, for instance, if we lose a loved one or something, we can still experience the pain and grief. But where we tend to struggle is we don't accept what is happening, and we tend to prolong the pain that is there. And that can be very challenging for many of us to accept certain situations and to hopefully find some sense of healing. Again, even when certain things happen that we wish were different, or we see something that is wrong, to change something we have to first accept, to more intelligently change the course of something, or to more effectively transform something into something more positive.
Ako nas gleda neko ko želi da počne da praktikuje jogu, kako biste ga posavetovali?
There's many people who become interested or they're curious about yoga or starting, and a lot of times I tell people, don't think, just do and try. But sometimes a lot of times people, oh, I should do that, I want to do that, maybe I should try. Just go. And maybe you'll like, maybe you won't. That's where all wisdom comes from, is through experience. And you know, there's quite a few good teachers in Belgrade where you'll be in good hands to be able to learn the critical steps to begin a yoga practice. Yes, yes, yeah.
Thank you, Laruga, for your time. It was my pleasure, and hope to see you next year again. Hvala i vama na pažnji i sutra u istom terminu vežbamo i dišemo zajedno.